Hello, and welcome to this side of the sanctuary. In a moment, you're going to meet Grace, and we're here to tell you the story of Equal Exchange, their ministry, and how we're involved in that. We are Ocean Heights Presbyterian Church. We're a progressive congregation serving in the south part of New Jersey in Egg Harbor Township. We're known for our radical welcome to all people, in particular the LGBTQ community, and we are known for what we are talking to you about today, our commitment to mission. This is one of our mission projects. And if you know Grace, you know the very second that you walk into the space and Equal Exchange is anywhere close to the topic, you are going to start hearing a lot of stories. She is really passionate about this. She handed me this card, and it says, and we were just at the communion table, so now we're over at this table, and it says, when you have more than you need, build a longer table, not a wall. And so, as you can see, our Equal Exchange table has grown over the years. And your commitment to purchasing Equal Exchange products, and you'll find out what that does, what your purchase accomplishes, but because you have done it at the level you have done it, we've been recognized. And this certificate comes from Equal Exchange, and it says, for your deep commitment to fair trade, your sales put you in the top 5% of congregations and community groups we work with around the country. Around the country. This little church is in the top 5% of all the sales of these nonprofit communities. You are awesome. This community is awesome. And if you haven't been part of this community or you haven't had the opportunity to participate and to purchase fair trade items, well, you found your place and you can come and purchase some of these items. So one quick story, and then I'm going to let Grace do her thing. When I first came to this church, I went into the fellowship space after worship, and here Grace and then Ed were standing at a small table, and they were selling these products that I had come to know over the years. But their little table has grown into these long tables. And so, Grace, I wanted to spend a little bit of time asking you some questions so that our audience will know more about you and more about Equal Exchange. And could you tell us when you first started getting involved with Equal Exchange?
Yes. Well, we started probably about 15, 20 years ago. Our church participated in the first part of this Equal Exchange endeavor. And very cleverly, the Equal Exchange Company, which started in 1986 with 3 men who had a vision, and at some point trying to get a product out to as many people as possible, a fair trade product where certainly the person making this product got a fair wage. Their thought was, how can I get this coffee out to a lot of people? Who drinks a lot of coffee? Well, people that gather at meetings drink a lot of coffee. Who meets every week and probably drinks a lot of coffee? And they thought of nonprofits. They thought of the interfaith community, because we do drink a lot of coffee. We have a lot of meetings, and we drink a lot of coffee. So their first product to come into the Presbyterian interest is called Fellowship Blend. Very clever. So this product is the only one made a percolator grind because they knew we produced coffee in large percolators. So this is the backbone of how we started our relationship with Equal Exchange. And now that we have COVID, this marvelous fellowship blend that sits in our kitchen is going to expire soon. So I will talk to you about that in a few minutes. That's how the church got started.
Okay. And so it got started, and you stayed with it. And I've been here 8 years, and you've been doing it longer. Mm-hmm. And each year, you have grown this
Yes.
table of products. Look
Yes.
at this. Look at this
Yes.
spread of products that are available for you. But something's kept you doing this, because it's not just about drinking coffee, and it's not just about buying a chocolate bar and taking it home and enjoying it. This is not just about us.
No.
And so who else is this table about? And is that why you're...
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I know that's why
Yeah,
you're
that's
here.
why I'm here. I started in 2009 because, again, we had a small table, and one of the people that was doing this just didn't want to do it anymore, so I said, okay, I'll give it a try. And probably another part of this company is the way it reaches out to their interfaith community. There's always a lot of educational material. And this is one of the things that really got me interested, a taste of justice. And when I thought about that, I thought this is a product that you can directly link back to who produced it. This is a direct link from the person who grew the coffee bean, put it into the big coffee bags that come up to Massachusetts, and then we can buy it. So whatever you're eating here, drinking here, there's a link to a direct person. That impressed me. Again, through their literature, I'm amazed at how this company can produce organic. You would think in some of these areas, and we're talking Central America, South America, that they can maintain this kind of scientific sophistication to do organic. And of course, I am an advocate of organic, but what I didn't realize, when you have a field that's organic, all the workers in the field are now working among plants that have never been sprayed. So they're not near chemicals. And by picking, if you think about it, picking the coffee beans, the workers no longer have sores on their hands. Their skin is so much better. So this was part of the personal effect that my purchase can make on another person.
So the ministry and the power part of this ministry is the majority of the dollars that go to purchasing these items. Does it go directly to these small growers and producers? And so there's no middle person.
That's correct.
Our money's going directly to them, which allows for small farmers, small producers to keep alive, keep their business alive,
Absolutely.
keep their communities alive. And that's what we say each time we do this at church. This is our mission project, and it reaches around the globe and helps small farmers and producers to have businesses and families and sustenance for their own life. Also, some of the money stays here with us.
That's right.
Some of the money goes to our national programs for hunger in the country, and a tiny little piece of it stays right here at the church, and then we have been supporting hunger programs right in our community.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like a 3-level thing that these products help to feed and to do. Now, one thing, and then I want to talk about these gifts
Well,
down here.
I have few more things to
I
say.
know, I have a couple of things,
Okay,
and you're
good.
going to get it. I promise you. You've mentioned the olive oil and the dates.
Oh, yes.
So, and
Now talk about around the world.
Yeah, so tell us about that.
All right, this is a very interesting group. Our olive oil and comes from Palestine. The medjool grapes, dates, which are just fabulous. They're a whole different kind of date. They're large and they're extremely sweet. And underneath here, I have all the nutrients in the date if you want to buy it. You can imagine the political pressure around this product to get it out of the West Bank. So there is a co-op, a large group, it's PARC, P-A-R-C, Palestinian Agriculture Relief Committee, and they work in this country getting these products out. And during COVID, we could not get our olive oil that is a huge, large sale item. It's delicious. It's a grape, an olive that is indigenous to that area. So you couldn't get that olive oil anywhere else but where it's grown. And we had a substitute, but that was just not quite as good as that. So that's definitely one of the parts of the world.
And then tell us about the Congo project.
All right, the Congo project was another reason I got into this interest in equal exchange. This is my favorite. This is what I drink all the time. The Congo project, now I started doing this with Ed about 2010. Now, the Congo project came out in 2011. This whole bean coffee, it only comes whole bean, comes from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It is in support, equal exchange in support of the Panzi Hospital, a direct connection. The Panzi Hospital was founded by Dr. Wojcicki. He got the Nobel Peace Prize in 2018. But this was a hospital founded by him, and it treats daughters who have been affected by sexual violence. He provides a hospital with medical care. Also, there is a separate unit that houses the women, houses the children, and provides schooling for the children and trade for the women. And one of the things that they teach the women is a skill, some kind of a skill to be able to make money. One of the things they teach the women is sewing. They give them a skill of sewing. And just this year, on the cover of our Presbyterian Giving Catalog, here's a woman. For $50, you could buy a sewing machine for her. So I was thinking in relation to what we know about what kind of trade a woman could do to help herself. I thought it was very fitting. They go together. And the coffee's good. It's whole bean. If you want to give this coffee, which I highly recommend, you could give it in conjunction with a coffee grinder. So you have two things to put together, and it makes a wonderful gift.
Now Grace is doing her thing where she starts matching up items for you. When the pandemic became a reality, we sell these products once a month after worship, and that's how we maintained this ministry. And when we could not meet in person because of the virus, Grace's wheels started turning, and we have developed a way to take orders and for folks to pick up their orders by drive-by out in the parking lot. And Grace just didn't give up. She was tenacious in keeping this program going. And I promise you, we are supporting them at an even larger number this year during the pandemic. So thank you very much for that. So the pandemic has meant that there has been challenges, not only for small churches, but across the whole company of Equal Exchange.
Right.
And would you tell us about that?
Sure. Many things have happened. There was a break in the supply chain for many months. We were ready to sell something, and it's no longer in stock. And right now, cheese is no longer in stock. It's just supply and demand. There's not enough cheese. We had problems with the olive oil that was not coming to us. Certain other things, I'd order it 1 month, go back to order it, and it was gone. So that has affected us, and some items have gotten forgotten about. Two kinds of chocolate, our lemon ginger and our coconut. We ended up, no one bought them the whole time from when we started till just this past month. So we have offered them at a reduced price, which of course affects our prices. But we sell mostly at cost. We receive the product wholesale, and some things we rounded up to the dollar. But for instance, the Congo at $9, the Mama Tiara at $9, that's cost. We make a little money on Sister's Blend, but our goal is to sell quantity, because quantity helps this industry. Yes, it's been a difficult time, and I thank everyone for their strong support.
So what I've been learning is that all of this, everything you're hearing about, is about food and about growing food, producing food, and selling food, but the equal exchange is really a more democratic way of a food system. It's controlled by people and not corporations.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of the beauty of that. Can we talk about some of the gifts now?
Oh, yes, we can.
Can we?
Yes,
Because
we
right
can.
down here on this end, because what we wanted to do was you're not able to come to church and mingle around the tables and see what is for sale and how you might buy some items together and give as Christmas gifts. And so the chocolate is one of my favorite ones.
Absolutely.
So Grace has chocolate and some coffees out here, and even cheese. Cheese has become one of we were talking about that in a group on Zoom at church.
We were in the beginning. Our order was the largest cheese order that went in to Susan Sklar, who is the chairperson for this. And I must say, I received a nice gift from her, my gift, a beautiful mug. And thank you for our participation in this very successful program.
And so the Equal Exchange team gives you some ideas of how you might put a basket and offer 3 different kinds of cheeses and some sparkling wine or real wine if you want, and cashews, which are my favorite. And these have become a hot seller, and I have a hard time getting cashews anymore because you all eat them all up.
Yeah.
But, and so tell us a few more. I'm going to get out of the way and you come point.
Well, just a few more. I was telling Blake, I went to a wine tasting months ago on Hardy red wines. And surprisingly, often you get the cheese and a cracker. They served orange chocolate as one of the little things to nibble on or enjoy with your red wine. So if this gift, rather than sparkling cider, had red wine, you could be very clever and put in an orange chocolate. And that would be like kind of really unique. Mm-hmm. All right, Joanne put this together. We have marvelous organic cocoa. And that's an interesting industry. This chocolate, all of this chocolate is child labor free. We never even got into how difficult it is to produce some of these products. But our chocolate is organic, child labor free. Take your cocoa, put it with a beautiful mug, some marshmallows, and you have a lovely gift for your grandchild or those who love cocoa. You can certainly give an animal, a stuffed animal, and put something beautiful with it. Hazelnut cream. Oh, there are gifts of baking if you have people who love to bake. Our chocolate chip cookies. Now, Joanne, I didn't get into mention our other people. Joanne Gazzo works with me, and the chocolate chip package on the back is the most marvelous chocolate chip cookie you ever want to eat. Joanne has made them for us many times, Joanne Gazzo. So if you want to do a gift of baking, so we have our chocolate chips. We have recipes for you, chocolate chip recipe. And many of you know that Joanne makes these wonderful hazelnut chocolate brownies. So to make the hazelnut chocolate brownies, you need the hazelnut cream coffee, cocoa, chocolate. Another wonderful way you could put this all together in a baking basket, and we will give you recipes. Like I said, if you're going to buy your Congo coffee, you may want to add the French press. If you want to do other coffee and make it beautiful, add a beautiful coffee carafe to go with it. These are just our ideas we came up with. And then we have this wonderful fellowship blend that's sitting in the back. It's percolator. I have instructions. The percolator blend you can make in the French press. So we're selling it very cheap. The decaf, 1 pound, is $9.50 for us. We're going to sell it at $7. It expires this month, November. And the regular blend coffee we're going to sell for $5. It expired in April. So it is vacuum sealed, but I'm just saying this is sitting on the shelf. This is a lost leader item. And of course the cheese. And the cheese, when we got the cheese, the dates came out the same time. It goes very well together if you're going to give a gift or go to a party. Take the cheese, take the chocolate, take the cocoa.
Okay. So our time's coming to an end, and our most important thing is we wanted you to learn about Equal Exchange, the ministry, and how it's a mission. And if you're connected with us already, you know how to contact Grace and to purchase some of these items. If you don't have a connection with us, you can go to our website at ohchurch.org and share us the information, and we'll get that information to Grace, and we will connect you with some of these items. And we're so very, very thankful for your participation, and I, as a pastor in a church, am very grateful for people like you, Grace.
Thank you.
Who keep things alive and keep us engaged and excited. So you get the last word to say goodbye and whatever you want to.
Okay. Well, thank you to all of our members who have supported us so profusely. During this COVID, some have said to me, you've become my grocery shopping person. So our whole sales scope has changed. We're selling quantities of things once a month because some people realize it might be out of stock. So I think that's another, they sort of bought in groups. But I want to thank you. There is also fair trade that you can buy other places. Bonterra's grocery store sells the coffee. They sell bananas and avocados. So this fair trade is available other places. But for our purposes, I want to thank everyone out there, and I want to thank people that have been part of our group. Ed Purinton, Susan Zeichert, Dar, who's in Florida, and Joanne Gazzo. Could not have done this without other people.
Say Merry Christmas, Grace.
And Merry Christmas. I'll see you next Sunday at delivery, and I'm looking forward to your orders. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.